on, children, it's bedtime. If you hurry, I'll read you a story.
I get to pick the story tonight.
Oh, no you don't. It's my turn. It's my turn to pick the story tonight. I'm going to pick the story tonight. How about Peter and the Wolf?
Gramps, you read that one last night.
Oh, yes, that's right. How about the adventures of Johnny Appleseed?
Johnny who? Johnny Appleseed. He's the pioneer across the wilderness plantation.
Gemma, who's telling this story here, me or you?
Sorry, Grandpa.
All right, now let me see. Was Apple cider's time in the Massachusetts Bay Colony when a son was born to Elizabeth and Nathaniel Chapman. They named him John, but he was later to be known as Johnny Appleseed. The year was 1774. These were difficult times, but despite the hardships that Johnny suffered, he grew up to be a caring person who respected all living things as a young boy. As a young boy, Johnny loved the outdoors. It made him very hard to concentrate in school. In fact, Sundays, especially in the spring, school was the last place he wanted to be.
Today, class, we will review the 2 times table. The first one is 2 times 3. Molly, how much is 2 times 3?
That's easy. 2 times 3 equals 6.
Very good. Wilbur, how much is 2 times 9?
2 times 9 is 24?
That is not correct.
Geez, Miss McIntosh, I knew the answer last week.
Why don't you know it today?
Because Molly didn't give me the answer.
That's enough, children. Wilbur, the answer was 18. John Chapman, here's an easy one. What is 2 times 5? John Chapman, did you hear me?
Sorry, Miss McIntosh.
Oh, John, what am I going to do with you? You have to stop daydreaming.
I know I spend too much time daydreaming, but I just can't help myself.
John, why don't you come up here and tell us all about your daydream?
Sure, Miss McIntosh. I'd be happy to tell you.
John, that was a beautiful dream.
Thank you, Miss McIntosh.
I have something special for you, an apple for the teacher.
Oh, John, how can I ever stay mad at you?
Who knows, Mr. McIntosh? Maybe someday I'll name an apple after you.
Johnny sure had a hard time paying attention in school.
Sounds just like somebody I know, Alex.
Well, I don't get in trouble for talking all the time. Wendy. Come on, you two. Let Grandpa get on with the story.
Now it was oh yes. Johnny eventually learned how to read and write when he was about 23 years old is when his dream became reality. Following old trails and Indian paths, Johnny set out into the wilderness. With just a sack of apple seeds and a few possessions and clothes on his back, this gentle but strange-looking man must have been quite a sight as he walked across new territories, making friends and planting apple seeds.
Pa, there's a funny-looking man heading this way.
What's he look like?
Can't quite say. He looks a bit ragged around the edges.
Howdy, folks. How are you on this fine day?
Very well. And who do we have the pleasure of meeting?
My real name is John Chapman, but people around these parts call me Johnny Appleseed.
Soon as I said eyes on you, I knew it. Pleasure to meet you, Johnny. Mom, Granny, kids, come quick. There's somebody I want you to meet. This here is Johnny Appleseed. I'm Amos. This here's my wife Hester, my mom Granny Smith, and these kids are all ours.
Pleased to meet you.
Mercy me! What will possess the bite to go around looking like that?
Barry Smith, I don't need fancy clothes and things. Everything I need is right here in this sack.
Granny, I know you must have heard of Johnny Appleseed. Travels around planting apple trees. Mercy me, I ain't deaf. You don't have to shout at me. Planting apple trees? Well, that beats all. A grown man should have a home and a kin. What's so important about planting apple trees anyway?
Granny Smith, I think you know right well what's so important about planting apple trees.
Why, there's hundreds of things you can do with them besides they taste real good. Apples were meant to taste just dandy. Apples were meant for us to eat. After you try, and there's just no denying that apples can make the most tasty
'twas nice meeting you all, but it's about time for me to be on my way.
Aw, Johnny, don't go yet. Johnny, it would be our pleasure if you could stay for dinner.
Why, thank you, Miss Smith. I like that very much.
Come on, Johnny, tell some stories about your travels.
All right, children. Let me see here. I think I got a good one for you. One day I walked into a small village and found myself smack dab in the middle of a squabble between the settlers and the Indians. When I heard shots, I ducked down. Lead was flying in every direction. I'm fond of Indians, and I'm right fond of settlers, so I didn't know what to do. I decided first to tend to the wounded on the side and tend to the wounded on the other side. And before I knew it, a stray bullet comes out of the woods and hits me. Ker-plunk.
Were you killed?
Did they do you in?
Of course not. I'm here, ain't I?
How is you ain't dead?
Well, you see here, I always keep this here book tucked under my shirt. The bullet hit the book and I was spared. This good book comes in handy in more ways than one.
Johnny, aren't you afraid living out in the forest all by yourself?
Don't you get lonely?
I never get lonely. I bring along my two best friends.
Who are they?
My 2 feet.
Your 2 feet? Mercy me! What do you mean, boy?
Granny Smith, how about this? How about you just give a listen and you'll understand.
I guess you realized that Johnny Appleseed was quite a character.
He sure was. Please read more, Grandpa.
Okay, let me see here. Many years passed. Soon the countryside was filled with fruits of Johnny's labor. During apple picking time, all across the land, you'll see neighbors and kinsfolk gathered together to bring in the harvest of delicious apples. It was hard work, but when it was over, the celebrations and fun began.
What did they have in those days to have fun?
Did they have video games and computers and... Alex, get with it. This was a long time ago.
Oh, they didn't have all the gadgets and gizmos we have today, but they sure knew how to have a good time.
Why, bless my soul, it's Johnny Appleseed.
Hi, Johnny. Thanks to you, we had a great harvest this year.
Hearing that makes me feel mighty good, but there's still a lot more work to be done.
Now don't you go on fretting about apples all the time. If you keep it up, you're going to turn into a real apple fritter. Ha 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 ha!
Well, I'll be darned if it ain't that Appleseed Bill. Hey, Johnny, would you like to try one of my delicious apple dumplings?
Granny, are they the same ones you made last year?
Silas, you know they are.
Don't touch them, Johnny. They're as heavy as cannonballs and as tasty as skunk pudding.
Silas, you old goose, you just talked yourself out of an invite to my 90th birthday party.
Grandpa, you didn't finish the story.
Grandpa, you were sleeping.
I wasn't sleeping, I was just resting my eyes. Now where was I? Oh yes, here's the spot. The brave pioneer set forth into the wilderness, faced both dangers and hardships. Nowadays we still appreciate the tasty apple. But way back then, It was one of the few treats the settlers could enjoy. John Chapman didn't only provide early pioneers with a bountiful fruit, he also enriched their lives by sharing with them his love and respect for all living things.
Come on, Johnny. You can't leave yet.
You ain't been here for more than a day. Tell us just one more story.
You young folk need to learn that everything has a time and a place. It's time for me to be moving on.
Oh, Johnny, just sit down for a little longer.
All right, I guess a minute or two doesn't hurt.
Well, these darn bees are always buzzing around me.
Hold on, young man. What do you think you're doing?
Did you see him? He was trying to sting me.
I'm not so sure about that. Maybe it's a good time to tell you something that happened to me. One day I was sleeping in the forest when a hornet flew right up my pant leg.
Did you smash him? Did you swat him real good?
Sakes alive, I've never hurt a little critter. I just picked the hornet up and said, "Fly away, real friend, fly away." The hornet didn't want to be in my pant leg any more than I wanted to there. Now you see here, children, all these creatures on the earth have a time and a place, and we've been put on this good earth to love each other and live in peace and harmony.
again. He didn't finish the story.
It's all right. I'll finish the story.
Many years have passed since Johnny Appleseed wandered through the wilderness. Some people say that on a quiet summer night, when the smell of sweet apple blossoms is blowing in the wind, you can hear the sound of Johnny singing as he passes through the valleys and the fields of our great land.
Is that the end?
I'm afraid so. I guess we should be getting on to bed. Should we wake up Grandpa?
No, just let him be.
That's probably exactly what Johnny Appleseed would have said. Just let him be.